We're going to start off by looking back at one of the games from the weekend. Man United picked up their first Premier League win under Ruben Amorim with a 4-0 battering of Everton yesterday. So is Sean Dyche the man to keep the Toffees up?
Manchester United 4, Everton 0, and it's Amad Diallo who is lighting up Old Trafford this afternoon. Worrying signs for Everton. The supporters were so frustrated throughout the whole of this football match. Created 2 or 3 opportunities in the game, but it was a poor performance from the Toffees.
Sean knows, he will know that he's right under the cosh.
From Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 4, Everton 0.
Yeah, Man United were comfortable winners at home to Everton yesterday. Ruben Amorim's first home Premier League game in charge. 2 goals each from Rashford and Xerxes were enough for the 3 points, which leaves United 9th in the table, 4 points off top 4. Meanwhile, Everton are now without a win in their last 5 games, have just 2 Premier League wins all season. They sit 15th, 2 points above the drop zone. Their gaffer Sean Dyche spoke to the media after the game. He said his side struggled in front of goal.
The team hasn't been scoring goals for a number of seasons, so we've been trying to correct that, but it's hard to find that balance. And I thought for the first 32 minutes it looks like the balance is intact because we never really looked in any trouble. We've affected them, we've opened them up on different occasions, we've gone into key areas, asking questions of their defensive unit. And the biggest hardship has been finding the killer moments. You know, with our XG and all the rest of it, particularly last season, particularly early in the season, incredible XG, couldn't find a killer moment. So when it's not as high, you need to find them. The defensive side, I'm not going to overthink that because apart from a spate of errors at the very beginning of the season, we've corrected that quite obviously. 8 games, only 4 conceded. So to see that today is a rarity, and it has to be so. And it's got to be pushed aside, get ready for the next one.
Yeah, the next one, as he said, the next few, doesn't look good if you're an Everton fan. Wolves at home. Now listen to this. Everton at home, Arsenal away, Chelsea at home, Man City away. So important that Everton stay in the Premier League this season for so many reasons, Bentley, but of course they move to their new stadium next season. Do they have enough to avoid the drop, do you think?
I mean, they're having a real tough time at the minute. And Sean Dyche and the football they're playing is not easy on the eye. When I look at their squad of players, I do think, yes, okay, like they should be a lot better. I know Brantford's just come back from injury. You've got Ashley Young, loads of experience. You've got the likes of Jack Harrison's there. Dwight McNeil, good player. They've got Calvert-Lewin. If you give him opportunities, you'd like to think that he could score goals. They've got England's number 1 in goal, Jordan Pickford. But Sean Dyche was speaking there, and he's right in what he's saying, because when you look at their XG, right, their XG is 14. They scored 10 goals, which means that they're below where they should be. Like they're creating the opportunities. They're getting themselves into really, really good positions, just can't finish. And that's the only thing I'd say about managers, where at times, on the whole, you go, but when you look at, and I was one of those, right? I wasn't really a big fan of XG until I started really studying it, speaking to people about it. If you're a manager and you set up a team, but like Ten Hag at the end, I know what he done was poor, but the West Ham game for Ten Hag, where you not created chance after chance and don't score and you get beat, he must be on the sideline going, yeah. So there's a little bit of Sean Dyche in that. I know, again, watching his football, I'm like, no. But I think they've got players in their squad that, with a more forward-thinking manager, would get the best players out of them.
You're not going to say they've got players too good to go down, are you?
No.
Okay.
No team's got to.
I agree with you. See, I know it sounds silly. Up until United scored the first, it was nip and tuck, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, they got the first and the floodgates open because they were so bad defensively, which is not a Sean Dyche performance, is it? No. Why did that? Was it just one of those days?
I think so. But I do fear for Everton sometimes that if they do go 1-0 down, if they don't take their chance while they're on top, they will struggle because they just haven't got the goals in them to get them to where they need to be. And now, the owners are not going to do anything now drastic, like get rid of Sean Dyche now. Because
you don't think so?
No.
That's a question I'm going to ask Everton fans.
No, because I think he still gives them the best chance of staying up. But going into the new stadium with that feel-good factor if they do stay up, do you really want to going into a new stadium, fantastic arena, apparently new owners, maybe playing that brand of football? Probably not.
On that.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.